Welcome to Look Up, Andre Stories. I'm your host, Andre, coming to you from the 321 studios. We're going to start off the show with a scripture here. Where is the wise man? Where is the scholar? Where is the philosopher of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? For since in the wisdom of God, the world through its wisdom did not know him, God was pleased, through the foolishness of what was preached to save those who believe. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 20 through 21. I tell you, that's very timely with the wisdom of the world and all that kind of stuff. I mean, nowadays we got a guy getting kicked out of a basketball game for wearing a shirt that gives the dictionary definition of what a woman is, and he was told to leave, escorted out by security. You know the story I'm talking about. So the wisdom of the world is pretty foolish these days, ladies and gentlemen. So I love that scripture. So that's how we're kicking off the show today. And getting back to scriptures and biblical things. I was at church yesterday, and I was using the restroom, and I always thought in the restroom they said that you're really not supposed to chit chat with people, especially while you're in the act of doing what you need to do in the restroom. And I'm not talking about washing your hands. So as I'm on my way out after washing my hands, there's this other friendly guy in the bathroom, very chatty. So he starts rambling on while he's in the act of using the bathroom, as you know what I mean. He's talking about how he has to go because he drank a lot of coffee. Then he starts chatting about how drinking coffee is good for the kidneys, and he's going on and on about how he added some Cajun flavor to the coffee as well, and he's really into it, and he's like still in the act of using the bathroom. And he's just going on and on as I'm trying to sort of inch my way out of there. And I'm starting to kind of feel like I'm on an episode of the old show Seinfeld. And he's very friendly. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to sort of like ease my way out of the restroom because I'm like, okay, this is way more chatty under these circumstances than I'm used to in the restroom. So eventually I find my way to the exit door and go on about my business. But as I'm heading towards my car, I cross paths with the guy again, and he's very friendly, smiles and waves to me, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And we go on our way. But very interesting set of circumstances to have a friendly conversation, but it just seemed a little awkward. But he was a nice guy though, but just kind of funny set of circumstances. So again, I think God has a sense of humor with me, and maybe he just wanted me to lend an ear to that friendly guy who maybe just wanted to have somebody listen to him chat for a little bit. So that was an interesting little bit there. Let's see. Let's see. What else did I do on my Sunday? On my Sunday, I was able to watch some of the Freedom 250 Grand Prix from Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. And it was pretty cool to watch all the race cars going around the streets of Washington, D.C., President Trump waving the green flag to kick off the race. And even an American won the race as well at the end, which is pretty awesome, too. They also had the IROC racing going on with a lot of NASCAR legends and some other Formula One Indy type drivers, as it's a mixed field of the best drivers in the world. So this is more of a classic type style, as Jeff Gordon was in there, and he eventually won both IROC races. It was really cool to see. They were racing around not in IROC Z Camaros, but in Pontiac Firebirds. Apparently, a lot of the racers still had Pontiac Firebirds apparently in storage, but they got them all ready for the race. And these are the ones that come from like the mid 2000s. I think it was from 2007 was the year of those Pontiac Firebirds. But it was pretty cool to see all that going on. And for those who don't know, IROC means International Race of Champions. It was a racing series that I'm not sure if it still goes on, but it took place over this weekend. But for many years, they ran it once a year. They started out using the Porsche, or Porsche, as some say. Then there were other cars they used, and it got very famous in the 1980s with the Chevrolet F-Body Camaro, which they made a street edition of called the IROC Z, which some may know. And that car really took off from showroom floors into the driveways of many Americans and people around the world. So it was kind of fun to watch the IROC Z race going on there, or IROC race as it's officially called. But it was very cool to watch that on the streets of Washington, D.C. as well. So that was very fun. And while I was watching the race, I would go in and out enjoying some reggae music. We had a cool reggae band at my little hangout spot that's kind of named after a Top Gun type of character. So it's very cool. And it was a fun, nice day to chill, relax, watch the race, enjoy some of my favorite reggae music at the same time, and just kind of chill out after church. So it was a very cool day. Didn't run into any strange characters, I don't think, at that. No, not this time around. That was a very nice way to wind down the weekend. I was going to go to the beach, but thunderstorms seemed to have found me, and then the skies got really cloudy, so could not hit up the beach like I had originally planned that day, but still was a pretty good day overall. Another racing note of sorts. I made a new friend, and this lady, she couldn't remember my name when she wanted to pray for me in her prayer group, so she just said, "Oh yeah, that nice guy I met, yeah, he's the racetrack man," because she couldn't remember my name. So she now calls me the racetrack man even after learning my name. So I thought that was kind of cool that she calls me the racetrack man, since I work at a local racetrack in the area. So that's kind of cool and kind of fun. A friend of mine recently was telling me about some interesting going-ons in the area that I really didn't think about. This friend of mine was telling me how a lot of women in the area have their eyes set on people that work for the space programs in the area, especially the astronauts. And they always say, these women always say, they want to get themselves a rocket man, or as I was told, hustle themselves a rocket man. Now, I've been told this has been going on for a very long time in the area, for like decades, and it still goes on today. They're like, "Oh yeah, SpaceX man, that's another rocket man," and I'm like, wow. I didn't know there was such a scene of that sort, but I guess I should have put two and two together. Now maybe if I can find myself a rocket woman, not as many lady astronauts, but maybe I can find a lady connected to the whole rocket program of my own, and find myself a rocket lady. But for, differences, not because of what these people were looking for, because a lot of the people, I was told, these women were looking for the rocket men because of financial gain and status. As I was told, a lot of these rocket men have been married many times, and they just wanted to hustle themselves a rocket man, get the status, get the money, and then maybe move on or try to continue to ride the rocket, so to speak. So it was very interesting, though, these little tidbits I was told by someone about the whole rocket man theme here in the 321, which I found quite fascinating. We'll definitely dip back into some of these rocket man stories at another time as I learn more about this whole Rocket Man scene. So, and if I encounter a cool rocket woman, I'll let you know about that too. So, but yep, never know what's going to happen out here. Never know what I'm going to hear or run into innocently. So, all right, we're going to wind down our show right now. So, I want to thank everybody for listening. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any prayer requests, please let me know. If you have any stories you'd like to share, feel free to leave those also in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any story suggestions, please feel free to inquire as well. I'm looking to do some interviews in the near future as well, so we'll see how that goes, as got a lot of interesting people I want to have on and have them tell their stories and share their adventures as well. Thank you very much for listening. This is Andre for Look Up Andre's Stories. Have a great day.